Look how interesting. What actually makes a woman want to be with a guy is money, the guy having a good physique, the guy being handsome, the guy having good chat, yes, and no, these things help, but they are not exclusively decisive. What do you mean? Look, just remember that I was talking about most men. Learn to relate, learn to conquer the woman, to make a woman obsessed with him. Is a woman in love with him? To be with woman dating anyway. They learn from other men usually, or are the failed friends who put battery there from adolescence. Because if the guy didn't get the woman XYZ who is into him, he's this or that, or if the woman is being easy on him, he has to stay, because otherwise, it's wrong. And if the guy sometimes, he looks a bit more shy, that kind of thing, he's a bit more reserved, he gets pressure from his friends there, right? He gets teased, and if he asks for help, he's teased the same way, so that's where the influence of friends starts. When it's not that, it's the father who sometimes wasn't a great example with his mother. So how many of us didn't have separated parents where one cheated on the other? So paternal influence there is also usually terrible. Then an uncle. And so what I mean is friendships and family members who are not good examples of how to relate. And the guy ends up learning there through osmosis, right? This negative influence often manifests in the idea of learning through trial and error, meaning the man learns what not to do through experiences that didn't go well. For example, he may receive advice that he needs to get used to receiving no's when approaching women, until eventually he manages to conquer someone. This creates a mentality where he views interactions with women as a quest for approval, rather than understanding that he has control over the situation. Since childhood, men are often exposed to narratives that place them in a position of dominance, where they are taught to seek women's yes as validation of their masculinity. However, this can lead to unbalanced interactions, where the man does not recognize his own power in the relationship dynamic. It is important to emphasize that this does not mean that women do not have rights or autonomy, but rather that men need to understand that they have power and responsibility in their interactions, and should not perceive approaching women as a quest for external validation. He has this power when he recognizes his own worth, his goals, and who he is. He should evaluate the woman, but not approach the situation as if seeking approval. It is not effective to approach women with a submissive mindset, begging for attention like a beggar. This does not please women and pushes them away. Now, in practical terms, even if a man has money, a fit body, and an expensive car, it doesn't matter if he doesn't have the right mindset. The first step is to work on mindset and self-esteem. Additionally, it is crucial how the man takes care of himself. Having money won't help if he doesn't take care of himself. If he can't maintain a good appearance or have confidence when interacting with a woman, he will appear careless and insecure. It is crucial that the man does not put himself in a passive position, but rather that he knows how to interpret the signals the woman gives. He needs to learn to hack her mind, understand her signals, and act accordingly. The masculine aspect is linked to action. Although there may be moments when the woman is more proactive, the problem arises when the man waits passively. He should not neglect his appearance, as this reflects the value he places on himself. Having money is not enough if he does not take care of himself. For example, a man may have a full bank account, but if he has dirty nails and dry elbows and is unable to maintain eye contact, he will appear careless, and this turns women off. It is not effective to act like a rooster approaching a hen, waiting for her to take the initiative. The man needs to take the lead and not wait for the woman to make the move first. Acting confident and assertive is more attractive than passively waiting for a woman to take the initiative. For example, a man may have a full bank account, but if he has dirty nails and dry elbows and is unable to maintain eye contact, he will appear careless, and this turns women off. It is not effective to act like a rooster approaching a hen, waiting for her to take the initiative. The man needs to take the lead and not wait for the woman to make the move first. Acting confident and assertive is more attractive than passively waiting for a woman to take the initiative. It is crucial that the man does not put himself in a passive position, but rather that he knows how to interpret the signals the woman gives. He needs to learn to hack her mind, understand her signals, and act accordingly. The masculine aspect is linked to action. Although there may be moments when the woman is more proactive, the problem arises when the man waits passively. He should not neglect his appearance, as this reflects the value he places on himself. Having money is not enough if he does not take care of himself. Furthermore, body language is fundamental. He should not approach like a fighting rooster, but rather be able to maintain eye contact and initiate a conversation in an interesting manner. It's not just about complimenting the woman, but demonstrating intelligence and common interests through conversation. When he speaks, the woman should perceive his depth and the value of his words, making the interaction more meaningful and attractive. So, adjusting personal image goes beyond physical appearance care. It also involves understanding that, to attract a certain type of woman, it may be necessary to adapt behavior and dressing style. Often, people resist this idea and try to impose their own rules, but it's important to recognize that, if you want to attract a specific type of woman, adjusting your approach may be necessary. There is a phrase that sums this up well: be the kind of man that the woman you desire would like to have. This means that sometimes a man's complaints about the type of woman he attracts may be related to his own approach and behavior. He may be attracting women who do not meet his expectations because he is not acting in a way that would attract the type of woman he truly desires. Attraction works like a magnet, where your image, communication, and behavior are the main pillars that draw people to you. If you're attracting a type of woman that does not meet your expectations, it is important to evaluate who you are being in these aspects. For example, a 38-year-old man may be seeking a more mature woman, interested in building a serious relationship and sharing life goals, but is attracting younger women interested in parties and fun. In these cases, it is crucial to analyze where you frequent and how you dress. If your social interactions and appearance are more aligned with a younger and less committed audience, you are likely to continue attracting that type of woman. The key is to adjust these aspects to attract the kind of person you truly want to meet and share your life with. During school days, everyone remembers the different groups and stereotypes that existed, such as the emo group, for example. If you see someone wearing a suit and tie, you probably won't think that person is a teenager. Similarly, everything you wear or display generates an interpretation in the mind of the observer. For example, if I mention a bitten apple, you are likely to associate it with a famous brand like Apple and its iPhone, because they are symbols ingrained in the collective unconscious. Similarly, when a man is trying to attract a certain type of woman, he needs to consider the symbols he is using, because these symbols trigger automatic thoughts in her mind. The way he dresses, behaves, and presents himself to the world communicates a specific type of man, and it is this type of man that will attract a certain type of woman, even if internally he may feel different. In summary, the way you present yourself to the world communicates who you are, and that is what will attract a certain type of person. Sometimes, it's necessary to adjust your image to convey more seriousness and maturity, especially if you're looking to attract a woman who is also more serious and mature. This is part of a dominant male positioning. Even if a man is young, he can adopt behaviors that convey this maturity. For example, if he desires a more submissive woman, he needs to convey this maturity to communicate to the world that he is a dominant man. This is done not only through image, but also through behavior and mindset. By adjusting his image, he is essentially communicating to the world that he is dominant, and people automatically begin to interpret him that way. When a man conveys this dominance, he attracts women who admire and respect him. The woman needs to feel that he knows what he wants and does not easily submit. She needs to perceive that he is not controlled by her, but rather that he has his own power and identity. This does not mean that he will not listen to the woman's opinion, but rather that he maintains his own position and does not easily bend. It's important to emphasize that respecting the woman doesn't mean giving in to her emotional manipulations. The point is to express maturity and maintain your own ideas and convictions firmly, without easily bending to emotional games. Many women are accustomed to using these emotional tactics, expecting the man to give in and make concessions to please them. Now that you know the importance of maintaining your integrity in relationships, it's time to take action. Watch other related videos to improve your interpersonal skills and strengthen your emotional bonds. Don't forget to leave your feedback in the comments below and share this video with those who could also benefit from this information. Together, we can cultivate more authentic and meaningful relationships. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.